Hey guys, it's me, Ria. Just hopping on for a quick message. All you Mastah Light Blastahs, welcome to this moment of now, this moment of you. For every moment is an opportunity and it is a gift to ignite, they're saying, to ignite your light. In that ignition, you literally embody more and more of your light to be allowed in every moment of now. And I'm kind of smiling because like every moment is a moment to ignite our light, spirit says. And I'm like, oh, holy shit, man. I don't feel very ignited lately, and that kind of brings us back to a Mastah Light Blaster. And the definition of a Mastah Light Blaster is a master that's light is activated through the darkness. And so many times we might feel like when we're going through our own transcending, our own transmuting, our own processing, our own alchemizing, it might feel like we're kind of in a shithole. A shithole. And then we don't feel necessarily like we might have what it takes to teach, to guide, to heal, to do readings and that kind of thing. Because when we're going through our own stuff, sometimes we might be inclined to say I'm not up to it, or I really don't have that insight. I can't figure out what I'm supposed to be doing right now, or my own energy. Hence, how can I help someone else? So what Spirit is saying, well, that's what makes you authentic, and that's what makes you effective. Spirit is saying. So it's through your own life energy experiences that you are transmuted and working through and processing as you're activating your light and you're stepping into more and more of you, embodying more and more of you, whether you are facing fears, doubts, unworthiness, or whether you're flying high and in the zone and all happy and ecstatic. It takes both of those parts of you to be an effective teacher, healer, guide as a Mastah Light Blaster. And so someone out there might need to hear this, that just because you're feeling down, don't stop yourself from reaching out, exposing yourself, channeling your messages, or doing your healings, or doing your teachings. Because as you work with those both simultaneously, you activate even more light and you anchor even into more of your God self, and you literally become a powerhouse of the physical part of you that experiences the darkness and the density, combined with that light spiritual part of you. As you maneuver, as you traverse, as you transmute, as you alchemize, as you work through your own processes as a human being, you are simultaneously holding that spiritual charge and insight gained from embodying and allowing all parts of you. All right, that was a beautiful message, Spirit. I could have used that for sure. Hey, beautiful Leona. Hi, Donnie. My friend told she's sending money, but until did not. Does she sending or not? Thank you. mm. Spirit is not bringing focus to whether the money is sent or not, Donnie. It has to do with more of it being a reflection of an internal energy that you are processing and working through. Everything in our outside realm, our engagements, interactions, relationships, people, places, things, situations, and experiences are always showing us more and more and more about ourselves. They're showing us our fears, energies that we might be hiding from ourselves. They're showing us areas of where we might feel we lack worth. They might show us areas where we are not trusting. They might show us areas exposing our beliefs, and sometimes those don't add up to what we thought we believed, because it's through the action that we prove our belief. It is through our placement of energy that shows us what we believe and are trusting in. So it's not so much whether your friend sends them money or not. What is this energy? What is this situation showing about yourself? Is it showing you that you aren't trusting her, or is it showing you that you might not be trusting the universe, or deep down there's something about yourself you're not trusting, or some energy blockage, or some mumbling of energies that is begging for resolve, for acknowledgement as you work through and process this situation? You, through your own frequency, open up to the energies that match that frequency. So sometimes what we do is we create our own self-fulfilling prophecy. So if we don't believe in someone, or we believe people are bad in general, we might create those circumstances. If we believe there's no such thing as real love, or we believe we can't become financially independent, or we believe that we'll never achieve whatever this goal is that we want, then we are self-fulfilling prophecies. Hey, Chris. So the the question isn't whether she sends you the money or not. The real question is, what is the situation showing you about yourself, Donnie? And I know that's not the answer you want. And us as humans want that surface quick answer. But anybody who is engaged in these lives and that are Mastah Light Blasters, they're looking for the deeper truth. They're looking for the core. They want to know what's generating these circumstances and energies, and what are they showing me about myself, and how can I be self-empowered? How can I be one with my God source energy? We, all of you watching now or later, without a doubt, are being called to a deeper energy of self, to embody self. It's not so much about the surface, because the surface is a reflection of ourself. We don't change our outside circumstances by continually trying to control or manipulate our outside circumstances. Our outside circumstances come from a frequency that we are generating through our beliefs, through our non-beliefs, that we are holding within ourselves. So that is why Spirit says every moment is an opportunity to allow more and more of you. What is before you now? Where is your awareness placed? How are you seeing something? And in all of that, it is an opportunity to learn more and more about you. And the more energies you transmute and transcend and allow and forgive and accept about yourself, that is empowering. And those are higher frequency energies. And those are light activations. You're becoming more light. And so when we vibrate with more light, then we're going to reflect those frequencies in our life. We're going to reflect those opportunities. We're going to reflect those gifts. We're going to reflect those relationships. We're going to reflect all of that. And Spirit is saying, and if you're having a hard time and you think you've just been dealt a bad hand, well, our soul also came for a certain experience. So it's never that you're doing anything wrong, or that you're doing anything bad, or that you're getting punished for anything. Your soul came for a certain experience of expansion through your physical body. And how do you do that? Just allow more and more and more of you in every moment to be revealed, to be reflected back to you in a way that you can contemplate, reflect, understand, introspect. It's about self-reflection. So I've been having my own little issues lately. And I'm like, man. And in areas where kind of self-sabotaging and victimhood are showing up, and I'm catching myself, and I feel an array of emotions. I could feel sad and want to cry, then I'm angry, and then I'm like, I take that breath in and I just say, thank you for this lesson. Thank you for this reflection. Thank you for this, even if my mind doesn't get it all yet. And in that, just being thankful for this awareness of now, without judgment and criticizing, that raises our frequency to gain the insight and to infuse more light, so that we transmute those denser situations with greater ease and fluidity. All right. Hey, Thaddeator. I was just thinking about you in the gym, thinking, oh, I haven't seen Thaddeator lately. Hey, Tamra. Vibrations today are feeling chaotic. Yeah, a little bit chaotic. Yeah, creek. Yeah. And that only makes sense, Leona, because we just had like these huge um, waves and surf and gushes of water. I posted some of the pictures with me and Mythos yesterday. It was a snow day and it was so beautiful. And I was going to make my backdrop this huge wave but then I didn't want to instill the energy. So you know how we have our profile pic and then you get the wallpaper, and I was going to have this big gush. It almost looks like a tidal wave coming at me. And I'm like, I'm not really ready for that energy to flood over me. But exactly that was that's reflecting our energies and we're going through. So we're going through huge highs and lows right now. We are really, and we have been fine tuning our frequency, and the frequency waves of what we are transmuting, allowing into our reality, sometimes do come in as big, huge waves, big surges, and sometimes they're just little ups and downs. And that's all part of a Mastah Light Blastah. And like I was saying earlier, sometimes when we are experiencing that, we say to ourselves, oh, you might feel that you're not worthy to teach, to guide, to share, but it's exactly all of those emotions and all of those energies that we are processing and going through that make you authentic and make you an effective teacher. Just like a healer heals after they've healed themselves. But a lot of times, like me, I was feeling like a kind of a low this morning, and I wasn't going to come on and deliver a message. And as soon as I pop on, as soon as I'm there, as soon as I bring my awareness, it engages all of me, and it helps me to channel and move those energies. So sometimes I've even talked to people and they'll say, well, I don't feel like doing that. I'm going to heal more myself first. And those are always valid, and always trust and feel what you are called to, but don't ever belittle your sense of being effective or your mastery by what you're going through. Because sometimes when we're going through really denser energies, we might feel unworthy, we might feel we're not good enough, or we might think, oh, what do I got to say? I'm going through all of this processing myself. So they're just saying that that is part of being a Mastah Light Blastah. And as always, Mastah Light Blasters, light is activated through the darkness. So some of us have been going through some really chaotic, as you said, Leona, or some thick stuff. But the weather is beautiful and bright today, but those waves like always reflect when huge stuff is being brought to our awareness, then taken back out with the water. So it's about just accepting the flow, going with the flow, knowing all is as it should be. And every opportunity truly is a moment to align and to allow more of you. More of you. And it does take all of the rays, all of the emotions, all of the physical sensories, experiences, and situations. And that's what makes you a master. As you allow all of that into your awareness and you allow it to activate your light, to give you greater understanding and wisdom and self-realization, you become more and more light. You are all holding more light. And how do you do that? Not just through sailing through life on a calm day or a wind pushing you. You activate, just like the waves when they pound, when they go, how people are drawn to that because it releases the negative ions. Well, we are going to be sometimes like lost in the wave, kind of being pounded around, not sure which way to turn. And Spirit is saying, just allow the process, just allow the flow of that. MLB, I like that. It's effing crazy shit now. Okay, thank you, Thaddeator, for confirming that, because I know we all come on and we're all reflecting pieces of some deep shit, but we're having our own personal experiences of it, but we're all kind of transmuting and activating light within this deep shit, but experienced differently. Like you could experience your shift. Okay, they're saying don't use shit. Make it positive and say shift. So you are experiencing your shift of a frequency that we're all experiencing, a shift in a frequency, but in our own experience. And right now, Spirit is saying it does have to do with releasing and transmuting and then activating the light in the ideas of martyrship, victimhood, and unworthiness. Right now, Mastah Light Blasters are getting kind of hit with that, questioning their power, questioning their worth, questioning even what they are embodying. And that is a beautiful thing, Spirit says, because in that you get your answer. And what is the answer? It is always light activations. It's always embodying and merging with more of you, your God source energy. You cannot be anything than what you are. God source energy, pure light. We come as humans to pretend and play these roles and put on these masks to play a part of something else other than God source energy in order to have the self-realization of it. And as powerful as you are, the deeper the dark that you go through, because that's showing you through your experiences how powerful your light is, how much of a master manifester creator that you are as God's source energy, how much you really have that power. You don't know you have power until you have activated that power. A little match, a tiny little match doesn't look powerful until it's ignited. And then, it can burn down a freaking house. Okay. You wouldn't think that. Well, that's what we are. We are houses. We are master light blasters. And we might not appear before even ourselves of how powerful we are based on what we see in our outside world. But that power comes from within, and it's always being activated as we allow the outside world densities to ignite us. It's like when you take that little matchstick, you take the action and it, well, you also have to take action and step into your power and be the show up for you as well. And things will trigger us. That's what Spirit was saying. Trigger. The trigger is taking that match and putting it across whatever that stuff is that ignites it, or the brick or whatever, and it inflames it. That's a trigger. That is a catalyst. Well, that's why we need the dark. That's why we need to go through the shifts in energy. That's why we need the whole kit and caboodle to activate our light. Beautiful message, Spirit. Yeah, and we all show up for each other, John, just in the right timing. And I'm surprised of some other people that are usually here that aren't right now, that tell me that you spoke exactly what I was feeling and how the timing is right. And that's just showing us how aligned we are. When we are showing up and getting something exactly when we need it, and it's confirming or affirming or reflecting us, that is showing us we especially are exactly where we need to be frequency wise, because we are so aligned. We're projecting and creating the reflection of us instantaneously, not in delayed. It's more instant, and that's telling us how aligned we are. Like, when you're talking or thinking something and then boom, someone's just saying it as you're thinking it, it's almost coming out of someone else's mouth, whether it be through the radio, a TV, a sign. That is just showing you how in sync and how aligned you are, regardless of your emotional state in that moment. So beautiful. Hey, Tamra. So yeah, you're a master light blaster when you're aware. When you're aware of what is happening to you, and when you're aware, it doesn't mean you have the answers in that second, but you're aware. You're not running on autopilot. You're aware. You guys are all awoken. You're enlightened. And your light is going to shed more light on areas that you couldn't see before because your light wasn't as bright. It wasn't as activated. Just like the world when the sun comes, when the sunset comes up in the morning, you see just a little bit of it as it's shining, a little bit of the world coming to life, and then it comes up, and then it's so beautiful and glorious. Well, that's what you guys are. You are rising on your ascension process. You are the rising sun. And as you rise up over the horizon, over the ocean, you are shedding light on that which could not be seen. And there's nothing to be judged. The sun and the world isn't judged when the sun shines on whatever it is you see on the earth, a dead carcass or an owl catching a mouse or anything. It's all beautiful. And Spirit wants us to look at all of our experiences, in spite of the emotional state, as beautiful experience. They want us to look at them as we are a rising sun, just shining light and beauty, without labels, without definitions. Just knowing that you are the rising sun, shining light in the darkness. You are coming up after the dark. All right. Am I okay? Oh, Gladiator. Well, if one of us is okay, it's like asking a question for all of us because we're all displaying little pieces of each other. Yeah, I know. I was wondering if Kimmy, if John was okay because I literally got my ass kicked. So, John, this is so beautiful, and I have goosebumps. This is showing how strong our soul family is because you literally came to my mind this morning, yesterday. I didn't reach out or anything, but I'm just like, oh, where's John? John's been pretty quiet. And, so this is beautiful, John, because it's letting you know that your sun is rising, even if, because I felt like things have taken a complete shift, like boom, boom, boom. And 1 second, I'm like, oh yeah, ready, set, go. And then all of a sudden, whatever it was I was planning took a stop, and then another path, then a stop, then another path. And it's like, you really got to be shapeshifters. You really got to be like on point. You're aware, you got to be quick, you got to be in tune. And that's exactly what's happening. We're being finely tuned. All right, guys, I want to change this effing mask. I want to change it. First, you got to thank it. First, you gotta thank it and accept it because you created it for your light. Hey, James, good to see you. I'm here. Thank you, James. Thank you, guys. Yeah, so I, for an example, was feeling really shit ass myself. Just feeling shitty, just bringing up shit I didn't even know was there. And I was like, oh man, I'm taking the day off. I'm not going to do a live. So then I went to work out, got my body moving a little bit. And then I'm like, no. And when I'm moving, then the message comes and Spirit says, no, you're going to share, because you guys, all of your living lives, everything you live, you act as a testimony. You act as a witness for that light within you, through your sharing and through your expressing and through your authenticity, through you releasing and surrendering to all. So Spirit says, no, I don't think so. You are going to go on and you're going to share about a Mastah Light Blastah is worthy, not because of its light, but because of the shit as well. All right, Brigitte. Good to see you. Okay, guys. Thank you. Wasn't notified of being on, but felt like oh my God, Leona, that is so beautiful. So we are becoming so finely tuned. We're aware in creating those connections, those synapses of trusting and knowing and intuitively following our light, our instinct, our intuition, and then they're open. So it's a stream of consciousness between all of us, especially that's open flow based in what? Based in the energy of our heart. Always communicating. And this is even demonstrating how truly there is no time, linear time or space that confines anything, because we're everywhere all at once. And we travel in every light particle. Every light particle we're a piece of. Every light particle is a dimension unto itself. Every particle we activate dimensions, not just in this connection of, say, me and Tamara. When we connect and when we activate a certain light particle through these lives where Spirit comes forth and delivers this message and we all connect, we just activated an existence multidimensionally, where we were connected multidimensionally as well, not just as Tamara, as John, as Kimmy, as Leona, as Bridget in this timeline. Every light activation is a universe unto itself, Spirit is saying. And it makes sense. It makes sense because the more I come on and share light, it's like I am flooded and amazed by what I receive. Like I just have to have the opening line. I just have to open up the gate and then floods of stuff come. and I got to really find myself kind of slowing down and anchoring and grasping, because spirit is energy, it's concepts, it's downloads, it's multidimensional. And that is hard for all of you and me to sometimes verbalize exactly what the hell is going on with all of this. All right, so beautiful synchronicity. Timelines intermingling to release and collaborate. And Tara! So as these timelines are intermingling, they're supporting one another. John, this is what's happening to you. They're okay. The timelines are intermingling. Okay. Timelines are streams of consciousness, and they're intermingling, supporting one another to bring forth this areas of density that need to be cleaned out to allow more light to shine. So they're intermingling, supporting one another, and we are bringing in multi-dimensional density to be worked through in this moment of now with you, John. Not just John, but you know what I'm saying. Oh my God. So I'm going to do a collective Mother Earth heart card. Just curious. If anybody wants a personal, I will stick that up. And another thing that came to me is because you guys are Mastah Light Blasters and we are very ultra focused. I am definitely, I know I mentioned this yesterday, and this is why I originally started my Gold Room group, is to create a group. And it was supposed to be a paid group where you pay and you get we have like classes, like this kind of stuff on a regular basis. So I am going to do that. So when you do see that, for those watching now or later, I'm going to create a private Facebook group, but then I will do lives, and I'm going to commit like to 11 every day, doing what I do now. And I'm still going to do this at Temple, but not as in depth. We're going to get a little more in depth. We can share, we can even practice our own gifts. That's what the Gold Room group was originally created in. And I will give like mini messages as well. And I'm going to come up with a monthly group fee. And I think it's going to be 33, because that's a master teacher and we're all Mastah Light Blasters. And I think when we have a concentrated group focused on really that conscious, intense, like just wanting it all, just wanting all of you, and wanting to experience all of it authentically and to be powerful and to be master manifestors. But it's going to be like entitled something like Mastah Light Blaster in everyday life, because all of my messages truly come from everyday life, and we all relate to everyday life experiences. And as we allow them and accept them and know that they're really there to aid us and activate light, then we activate more and more and more of that when we come together. So they're going to be potent Mastah Light Blaster teachings on everyday life that we all can relate to. They're going to also come with guidance and readings, but you know what? Spirit's going to take the lead. But it's a Mastah Light Blaster. What a Mastah Light Blastah in everyday living or something like that. But I'll still do this stuff too as well. I'm fine tuning it. Not that it's going to be completely fine tuned, because I'm always open. I don't want to control and manipulate what spirit brings through, but it's going to be very similar to what I do on a daily basis. And then you could also watch the replays if you miss it. And that's nothing. I mean, you could pay that for one reading. And whoever wants to does it, whoever doesn't, doesn't. But I'm going to show up for myself regardless. All right. So I'm going to stick my PayPal there. I'm going to do a collective. And you guys are all truly, truly, truly Mastah Light Blasters. You are here, or you would not be here if you weren't. All right. So let's just see what the collective Mother Earth heart card is. Yes, that's what it was when I first signed up. Yeah, exactly. I think it might have been 22 or 25. And I did the first month. And I was not, I'm going to tell you, I was not confident enough in my Mastah Light Blasting capabilities. And I'm just like, I'm just going to do it. And that's fine. Whoever wants to can do it. Whoever doesn't want to, I'm going to create another little private group, Tamara. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So my intents, the same intent as that, but I feel that I feel my channel is much, much, much more developed, and Spirit's going to say explosive, but you could sort of say explosive, because that's what we're doing. We're exploding our light. We're activating our light. So yeah, maybe 25 would be better. I'm not sure. It was 3 years ago. Yeah. 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 And it's going to be private, where right now this is Gold Room. Oh, I have not invited you to the Gold Room yet, Chris Tucker. So what the Gold Room group was it was about cultivating and honing, like, shining our gold. The gold represents that treasure within. We are our own treasure within, our treasure chest in our heart. I'm going to get emotional because it was really beautiful. So if you go to the Gold Room group, it talks about it. It's about those on the conscious path masters who take our past seriously, but with fun. You don't want to be too seriously, consciously wanting to cultivate and be all that you're meant to be, in a place where we collaborated and practice skills. I know, Chris, you were talking about practicing your skills. It's a private group. And then my whole life was undergoing a transition as well, in a whole, oh my God, 180, or would that be a 360? No, 180. And so I started it, but then, sometimes we start things and the timing isn't quite right. We're meant to start it, plant that seed, maybe feed it and cultivate it a little. Then sometimes we take a break and then we come back to something because we needed that deviation. We needed to learn more. We needed to activate more of our own light. So I'm a fine example for anyone that has started something and thinks they need to go back or needs to deviate and learn. No different than anyone who's a master at anything. You shoot off. You all have your own divine frequency imprint. So you're a master within your own light. But we have to gain and pick and choose all of these other areas that are aiding our divine frequency imprint. We have to experience sometimes roads that feel good, roads that don't feel good, to activate our light, to give us that self-realization, to gain those insights about ourselves and those gifts and abilities that we know we didn't have, the strength, the confidence, the worthiness, all of it. So we have to go on many, many different paths that show us a little spark about ourselves. And then once you gain that knowledge, or you can say you've gone to class, gone to school, then you go back and then you hone in on whatever that was for you. It could have been a business, could have been a project, an idea, a way of being, a gym, a refuge, or a whatever it is for you. We have these ideas planted, but we need to do our own fine tuning before it comes to a greater culmination. I used to also have this thing I wanted to do when I did Taekwondo, and it was called the Cup of Life. And I wanted to have like a gym, a retreat, a healing center, classes, and that whole thing. And it was called the Cup of Life because it was a place to just, So now I'm just like done with contemplating. Sometimes you just got to jump in. And not that this is anything serious. It's not like I'm putting down $1 million, opening up a business and taking any big chance. I'm out here doing it anyways. I might as well get paid a little bit of money for it, right? All right. So this is what we got. And this stone, or whatever these are, these pieces. So this looks like the Gold Room group to me. And every path, see how it's white? So these were paths that we had to go through in order to connect to our divinity in a greater way. And sometimes it takes a lot of pressure to make gold. So we have to undergo these different paths of pressure or intense workshops called life, where we go in and we hone in on parts of ourselves that would not have been able to unless you took that path. And it's all aiding the greater part of us, the gold within us, our treasure chest. This even looks like a little face here. It's almost looking, oh shit. Now I see, I've never seen an elephant in this in this card. So what I see is an elephant, guys. This is unbelievable. So what is an elephant? They have tremendous emotional capacity. They have tremendous memory. They never forget. They're connected as their family, tribe. They are strong. They endure. They're gentle giants. They're beautiful. Elephants are my favorite, by the way. Elephants are my favorite. Baby elephants are my favorite. So this looks like a ear. So there's the African and the Asian. I believe the African has the bigger ears. That's how you can tell. This looks like a littler ear. So I don't know. I don't guarantee, but the difference between Asian and African is one has bigger ears than the other. I'm pretty sure the Asian has a smaller ear, if that means anything to anyone. Here's the ear. Here's the eye. It's facing this way. See the trunk coming up? See this trunk? There's the trunk, the little mouth, the eye, the elephant ear. So this is the trunk. I've never seen this before. And Ganesh, isn't that the god elephant?
Ganesh. I don't know a lot about it, but it's a god, a goddess that we're, worship. So it looks like an elephant. And what they're saying is all of these paths that we took, all of these paths that we took that were really difficult, connected us to an aspect of ourselves that we couldn't. And what they did for us is they gave us and taught us how strong and courageous we are as well. They gave us a lot of stamina, endurance, strength, courage, knowledge, opened up family ancestry. Like elephants always remember, they mourn deaths, they all take care of each other's babies, and they're beautiful. They can lift heavy stuff with their trunk. So we are, holy shit. So what Spirit is saying is, you guys are the heavy lifters. So elephants are my absolute favorite. And even the baby elephants can lift a lot. They're so cute with their little trunks and just, they're so beautiful. So we are like baby elephants. We're really beautiful on our journey because we really don't realize that we're really full force adult elephants. We are really strong and have a lot of endurance and a lot of strength. And anyways, those paths were needed to connect us to our elephant part of ourself, is what Spirit is saying. All of these different paths have made us strong and connected us to our divinity. And Mastah Light Blasters do the heavy lifting. Oh my God. But we don't necessarily do heavy physical lifting, Spirit is saying. Like an elephant. This is such a unique, beautiful message that Spirit's bringing through. So we are all like elephants. It's not that we necessarily, as a Mastah Light Blaster, do heavy lifting. However, we can. But elephants are very emotional. We have done a lot of emotional heavy lifting, working through the array of emotions, sadness, depression, whatever it is for you. Those deep, deep emotions we have come to transmute and alchemize into light. And all of those pathways, all of these different pathways that we have taken as an elephant has aided in that. I just can't believe I see an elephant today. And Chris, that makes sense. Oh my God. So Chris Tucker sent me some music. Rufus, the soul. Okay, soul, guys, listen. The soul means sun, right? Chris, is do soul mean of sun? Rufus, of the sun? Because that makes so much sense because I'm connected to the sun. We're all Mastah Light Blasters. We all are connected to our sun within. We're all illuminating the rays within.
And it says on my knees. And anyways, in that song, and I told him I like that part even where it has that random elephant sound coming out. What does it do? Trunk, when it, not squeals, I don't know, trunk. What is the noise the elephant makes? And it's on my knees. And that's how I think in the song is very emotional. And I love the sound of the guy. And he's, in the name of the song is on my knees. So as an elephant does have to get down on its knees a lot to allow people to get on its back and stuff. So, but on your knees just means you're on your knees. Either you're on your knees because that load is so heavy and it causes you to surrender, and it causes you to bow down. It causes you to pray. It causes you whatever. So that song, Chris, I can understand now why I am so connected to it, because it totally embodies my part of my journey as a Mastah Light Blasters, and I'm sure a lot of you guys. So he has that on my Ria Barna page. I can share it under here, but I love that song. So again, here's that big trunk. So the trunk is open, it's not down. So to me, it's releasing, it's sounding off. But you guys are all like the elephant. You are the heavy lifters, not just manually, but mostly Spirit is saying it's been a lot of emotional, and that whole consciousness to the ancestors and the emotional, never forgetting, grieving, really, really feeling, but yet having to be really, really strong and gain your courage. So what does it say on the back? I got to stop repeating myself. Feel good. Tune into what feels good and act on it to the best that you are capable, and you will fulfill your destiny. Feel good emotions are the thread that weave all advantages and opportunities to you, and you'll discover giving it your all comes natural when you do what feels good. And sometimes we don't really know what our true sense of feeling good is, what really makes you happy, until you have taken these other paths that have brought you to your divinity. Sometimes we do operate on autopilot. We think we need to do certain things, and we don't even know those programs are running. So then we take these pathways that purify those things and activities and emotions and interests that really make us feel good, that really feel good to us. Sometimes you might deviate and take somebody else's path because their feel good work for them, and we're like really impressed, and you might say, well, I'm going to try that, it's doing so well for you. But then you learn, well, that was a really cool path, but it's really not what I resonate with. So all paths were to get you to that place of feeling good, to connecting to your divinity, which is where true peace and fulfillment lie. All right, let me see some of this very powerful very powerful message, of course, from our little baby elephant. I don't know if you guys have seen it. You guys see it, right? The little mouth, the trunk, the eye, the little ear, and even the little cranium it has, that little head. I just love it. And elephants have tough skin. You know how it looks like it's really tough from the sun, and they, splash sand and mud to keep the bugs off and to stay cool. A lot of times we've really, as a Mastah Light Blastah, have had to have really tough skin because we are ultra sensitive. We're ultra sensitive and in tune to emotions. But now is the time to just open up, allow it all, allow it all. There have been times where you do had to set up healthy boundaries, protect yourself, because we weren't quite yet strong enough to be totally inside out. Inside out is all I can say. Thank you, Tamara. Thank you, Chris. Chris, you have no idea how thankful I am that you shared and that I met up with you at C. Megan's Live. And it's just so beautiful because, yeah, I just love that guy's sound. And he even sounds, one of the songs sounds a teeny bit like, what's his name? His name's Chris, too, on Coldplay. The Coldplay's lead singer. He's kind of very emotional and kind of light. What the hell's his name, guys? I can't think. Chris, I think his name's Chris. Anyways, the lead singer of Coldplay. I really like that song, Yellow. I like his voice, too. And I like him, too. Whatever his name is. Martin, thank you. Thank you, Chris. All right, guys. Would love to hear this song you speak of. Thank you, Robin. I like it, but I like kind of trancy. So I don't like, Chris, what I don't like is too much just like electronic music. It has to have that emotion, that voice, that stream that connects to the heavens and something bigger than meets the eye. That's what I love about trance. It's it takes you out of your body and connects you to that stream of consciousness. I don't know, I just love it. But then the way it keeps trucking on, like that part I said, it sounds like a journey and you keep moving on, the bass part. I love it because even with all of the array of motion and you feel like you're on your knees, it's still, that song is still moving forward. It feels like a journey to me. That's why I love it. Thank you, Bridget. All right, so let me know if anybody did a donation. I'm only going to do donations right now because Soul is Sun. Oh, so thank you, James. Yeah, I thought so. Like something de Soleil. Something is the Soleil. I don't know. What is it? Suntan lotion? Yeah, Soul is Sun. So that makes sense. That makes sense. And Ra is the goddess of sun, right? It's Ra is the sun. Anyways, so much connection in that whole song. There's just synchronicities. I don't think I'm frozen for anybody else. Oh, you have a doctor's appointment. Good luck with that, Leona. Thank you. Because I do have to get Mythos shortly. So if I'm just going to prioritize, if anyone made a donation, let me know. Otherwise, I'm just going to skim through your comments. All right. Yeah, thank you, Leon. I'm going to actually shine all your light. So thank you for showing up, Donnie. Thank you, Leona, Mastah Light Blastah. Chris Tucker, awesome new friend, but old friend. Reconnection, soul brother. Leona, thank you. Beautiful Tamara. I totally, you guys are so amazing. Gladiator, Kimmy Siegel, thank you for sharing. Oh, you've been sick. Oh, that's why she's saying, are you okay? That's beautiful. You're just releasing energies that no longer serve you. You're upgrading your body, Gladiator, to match your new frequency. So sick is good. Sick is the new good because you're just upgrading. Yeah, me too. Me too, Tamara. Lots. Robin, thank you. Elizabeth, thank you. I am doing much better since you guys are with me. Heather Graham, good to see you. All right, guys. James, beautiful sun. Another sun goddess. Spot the F on. I like that. Or as Mythos would say, on period. He likes to say on period. And then he's like, Mom, what's on period mean? And I'm like, it's like on point and a point, a period. Yeah, lots of stuff coming full circle. Thank you, Kimmy. Bridget. All right, guys, beautiful. I woke up the other night hearing emotions. I woke up the other night hearing emotions of your lives. That's weird. If you want to explain that, Tamra. Emotion. So you heard the emotion of the channelings. This is awesome. Whatever you just said. Oh, timelines and I love that. That is beautiful, Tamra. Sally, hey Sally, good to see you. Through dream time, all time. Yes. I love you, Thaddeator. We all love each other. That is goes without words. All right, guys. I guess that will be at the moment. I am so lack of funds. I can't even pay attention. Oh, just creating space. That's okay. That's okay. Just creating space. Hey, Carissa. Light blasting on a daily basis. Yeah. Blasting. That's so true. Blasting on a daily basis. Thank you, Robin. We all are so connected, guys. Bridget. Oh my God. I love that. All right. You froze up. I think I'm good on this end. Thank you for that blast. Trumpet. Yes, thank you. Trumpet. James, you always fill in the blanks. Trumpet. Thank you. And it literally, obviously, is a trumpet, Chris, in that song On My Knees. It has, I love it. I love brass. I love brass instruments. Oh, Tamra donated. Thank you, Tamra. All right. So, Tamra, any particular question? Beautiful. One song from Epica I am sure you will love. Epica, Cry for the Moon. Awesome. Yeah. Any music you ever want to share? Anybody ever? Feel free. But I will look up Epica. James, while you're there, if you want to post it so we can all listen to it if you want. Share the link. No, you will give me what I need. I love that confidence. I love that confidence because I'm like that. And oh my God. So I butt heads all the time with my husband. Oh, he tells me all the time. So this kind of stuff that a lot of Mastah Light Blasters go through. Trust is just an easy way to not have to make a commitment or not to have to make a choice. He just doesn't get it. I trust not because I don't dare to whatever. I just know sometimes my limited mind only has a limited perceptions. So I trust the bigger part of me, the universe, to take care of stuff. That's not a blanket statement. That is a way of life for me. And that's exactly what you're doing right now, Tamra. All right. Got plenty of time for you, Tam. Don't worry. No rush. I'm going to start with the bells to clear the energy. Drinking my liquid light. So when I drink, or before I got to bed, like I imagine that before I step out of the bed, I just imagine that visualize my body as that. And when I drink water, I just try to imagine it being liquid light. It's activating as it goes in my body, activating every cell, every cell, every cell. Or when I go to Planet Fitness and I go in the hydro bed massage and it goes up and down your body, I imagine that vibration is activating every little cell and light.
First of all, let me know if you can hear me, Tamara, because something flashed up about my earbuds. All right, Tamara, you are Sun de Soleil. I don't know if that's a word, Sun de Soleil. They're just showing me you so anchored, even before I ring the bells, just so anchored in this light and trust. And your journey has been hugely based on trust. So that might be why they opened up with that, and I had to share that, because you have had to go through situations and things where you were misunderstood or even criticized or not seen for your true light, and you had to really anchor into your own divinity, into the strength of your own light. That makes sense about the elephant too coming up today. And they're just showing me you really, really solid, and they're really commending you on your journey and always choosing to trust, and and it's making you much more confident and self-sufficient, self-directing, self-disciplined. A lot of selves, a lot of self. Okay. A lot of really anchoring in yourself, which is nothing less than God, and it's nothing less than your light. All right, so Tamara. So yeah, that first ring was a shift. So you definitely in the near past, past whatever past is, like we said earlier, these huge energies we're going through. So you have just recently also, or presently still undergoing stuff, and sometimes you might question if you're doing it right, or if what you're even believing is true sometimes, but it's just making your light stronger. And whatever it is that you just happened, it's shifting you. They're showing it like a shift, a raise in frequency. And you're trusting it. You're trusting that. And that's so beautiful. You've had to trust when there was no evidence of trust. And that's how you really prove to yourself as the human experience, Tamara, when we trust without any evidence of trusting, because of what is before our eyes or what we've experienced in the past doesn't match that frequency that we are really holding strong deep within our treasure chest, that truth that you know is true, and you've trusted without any inclination of it being proven. You're a goddess. Oh shit. So now they're showing me you as it's really emotional because it's a goddess. It's like showing me your goddess, like a sun goddess. They're also showing me you as a high priestess. And I know you got that the other day, a goddess of the sun. And you came into this light not knowing that power, and everything is bringing you back. Kimmy made a mention earlier about full circle. You're coming full circle into your goddess. And you came as a warrior of light to have this physical limiting, seemingly limiting experience. And they're bringing that back again. If you're a sun goddess, then you really are a black hole specialist. You hold the power of the sun to navigate through the black hole and come out at the other end. They're still showing me that black hole thing. All right. God, that made me emotional. It was just so beautiful. The energy, and I didn't stay there because then I'll start crying, Tamara. The energy was so beautiful of your light. It was so full, and it was so rich, and it's so raw with pure authenticity, because you have allowed and you have trusted, and you have allowed the illusionary world, in spite of the illusionary world, to show you your light. It's always there. It's always there. Wow. That's really powerful. All right. It's kind of like when you feel that. It's very powerful. It's very powerful, divine feminine energy. Very, very powerful, strong feminine energy. It's like you're feminine, but you're strong like a masculine. Perfect balance, I guess, is what I would say. Mountains, yeah. Yeah. You've taken the mountains and you've turned them to gold. Look at that. So I'm going to immediately touch upon this one just because they're bringing information. And it says, stand your ground. But what I'm feeling is all those mountains and all those challenges, it was just giving you that opportunity to boop when you flip it, kind of like Stranger Things, the upside down world, or whatever, the inside out, and it's the other side of the same world. Well, those mountains, the other side is all that gold. There's that sun. And it's about standing your ground. And so what does standing your ground mean? This, oh my God, Tamara, I can't believe how this affirms everything that was just channeled. It was about you standing in your truth, regardless, and believing in it, regardless, trusting in it, regardless, holding onto something deep within you without the proof. You stood your ground. and that has shown you your light, that has activated your light. So the light that you knew, it's like it's going to be flipped into this physical world, flipped. It's going to be showing flipped into this world. All right. Okay. Let's see. That's what I'm picking up intuitively on that one. Hold on here. Oh, this is so beautiful. Thank you, Tamara, for your donation. And look out for my class. I haven't created. I want to I got to write a little, I've got to do it. That's it. Just going to do it. It's going to be like a continuum class, because a class, you go in for little bits of information, but a month long where you can join at your own leisure from month to month to month. It's ongoing because it's an expansion. Our journey is expansive. It never ends. Why not collect and share and expand on our everyday journey with one another of like minds and soul connections? Play. So it's a time for you to play now and communicate. As I was just talking about that class, ongoing. It's not a one-time class. It's ongoing. It's going to be ongoing. That kind of represents that. So playing with each other, playing in the waters of emotion. Everything is interconnecting with the elephant too. Emotional. They're very emotional. They never forget. They have a heart of gold. They have a heart of gold. So this is about playing in your growth and continuing that journey of growth, represented by the green. This is all heart chakra. It's a 20 coming together with like-minded, or coming together and merging with your own energy to reflect that and playing in those energies. It's about having fun. The water's representing going deep. And then what do? They come out and they play and they do tricks and flips on the surface. So it's about also being connected to your galactic self, and you, as the black hole specialist, hold galactic energy that you specifically came for the physical experience to gain more knowledge and expansion of the density of Earth as a black hole, as it goes to its black hole, to the new Earth, to the age of Aquarius, to the golden age. And you are holding space like the dolphins of that galactic energy for that, but you're also like going with that. You're going to the other side with that, with your soul family connections in a playful way. Things don't have to be so hard and treacherous. It doesn't have to be Mount Everest anymore. So lots of heart emotions coming out to play, being joyful and playing on the top, laughing at everything you've gone through, not taking it so seriously, but knowing how serious it is. It's as if you are coming into your own living paradox, knowing life was hard as hell, but it was meant to be laughed at and enjoyed at the same time. The stupidest things are to be laughed at. It's about, they want you to bring the humor and playfulness to the hardest things that you've had to go through emotionally, and you're finding that space and you're collecting and collaborating and you're entering lighter frequencies. Dolphins go up and they play on top. So it's about you playing on the frequencies and going with the ebbs and flows as well in life. I'm going to do a conscious spirit for you, Tamara. All right, Tamara. Yeah, you asked for that. You holy sister, you know that thing they say sometimes, careful what you ask for, or you just might get it. So I see you as like a commander, a galactic commander, almost like male-like energy to do the action, the investigation. So I'm feeling you as this commander on another timeline. Masculine energy anyways. They're showing it as a commander of masculine energy just because they are usually more logical science. So you chose this life. Oh boy. But having to utilize, as part of this whole black hole experiment, having to utilize and bring out all of that feminine energy as well. Holy crap. So you came as that commander masculine, that strong, went with the beginning channeling how I said you're really strong, yet you have that feminine. You came actually to experience and merge both of those through your exploration of black holes, through the expansion of it and investigation of it. That is constantly, by the way, being shared with that galactic, they're saying galactic federation, that galactic connection that you have. Oh my God, it's just so cool. So I see you at very masculine in that timeline, like a specialist, like intelligent, not that women or feminines are intelligent, but just with that more logical, mathematical kind of mind. But you also opened up the flow of bringing in this divine feminine and learning about how that operates. Holy shit, Tamara. So you're this black hole specialist. You came in with this masculine energy, really kind of the logical, but you wanted to play on Earth as what is the divine feminine have to do with this black hole energy as well, the emotional components of it. Oh my God, that's so awesome. And then what do we got here? This Kundalini rising, this what's that goddess? Kali kind of energy, even this freedom, this releasing the Kundalini, the divine feminine with this really strong strength of the masculine. You came to experience that as well, this Kundalini, which I heard it described the other day as that power, rising and the activating, but it's really, really strong, like with the masculine action part. So you're really holding all of this right now. And the red is more that strong masculine connecting, fiery, because masculine in general is action. Feminine is usually the feeling, emotion, the emotion behind the action. So you came and are incorporating both of those at full, the spirit saying full utilization. That's the only way to say it, full utilization. And does that not look like it? And oh my God, Tamara, this is totally affirming that whole black hole experience thing again. It looks like she has just merged or came forth from the other side of the black hole, which is that golden age, the light, the peace. This is you emerging from that black hole tunnel, that wormhole. Through your allowance and activation, you created the opening and you went into it, through it with your free will, even though it didn't seem like it sometimes. And you're just emerging forth on the other side with all of this activation, Kundalini fully activated, that connection all up your body, that whole swirl from the highest of the feminine and the masculine merging, complementing, and then exploding out as you come forth from the other side of the black hole. Yeah, her too, Kuan Yin, yes. So I celebrate and honor my physical body through dance and movement. Yeah, you moved all right. You have moved mountains. And I also was listening, that energy, the Kundalini acts like, I don't know how to explain it because I'm not a specialist, but as it rises, it gives you that command, like you literally have the energy to split mountains, that power, that commanding, you're able to command mountains to split even, and this looks like a split of mountains. You have the power to split and conquer mountains and make it look easy. Make it look easy to others sometimes as you God, come out on the other side. Wow, very, very powerful. So it's about honoring that. It's 32, movement meditation. So that's a 5. You are the change. You create the change. You catalyze the change. And they're showing me literally you as a man, looks like a man energy in like a commander suit, very galactic, very futuristic. And you came and you're like, I can do this, but very strong and stern, not all laughy and humorous in that timeline, kind of serious, taking on kind of like that masculine logical, but you came in as the feminine to do it in order to explore that side of yourself as it pertains to what a manly thing would be, to do that physical labor, like, going through a hole or constructing a building or, that kind of stuff, more physical. So physical movement and physical incorporation is very important with you as it is combined with that feminine. And obviously the commander, you on that other galactic futuristic kind of what they're showing me, sci-fi kind of thing, obviously we all have both parts, but you came to incorporate both as it pertains to working through these densities and coming out the other side free, liberated, and all the more powerful and confident. Matter will be stretched in a black hole, but the soul will not be stirred. I like that. It's not easy. It's the trusted having a trust. No, exactly. That's profound. I got to think about that. It's not easy. It's the trusted having a trust, but having to trust. It's this and that. It's always this and that. We have dissipated the idea of separation. We are embodying, all of you guys as Mastah Light Blastahs, embodying the paradox and living that. It's working through us as it works together. It's not separate. So even though we might have felt like when James said matter will be stretched and, you know, torn apart and dissipated, like all of matter and all of our ideas and all of our expectations in the physical realm, this still stands strong. And that's what they're recognizing in you, Tamara, is this heart space still stands strong. That light, how did you say it, Tamara? The soul will not be stirred. You still holding that capacity, that strength with everything else being destroyed. So you're coming out on the other end all the more powerful, experienced, and bringing back all of this information to a multitude of timelines. I've had a lot of masculine, but I bring that's exactly what they're saying in that. All righty. Did I do? Okay, yeah, I did all of those. All right, so I guess that's it. Anything else more for Tamara? And they're just saying, keep on keeping on, keep on keeping on, keep on keeping on. They're just saying, keep on keeping on. Let me see anything else. You're a guiding light. They're also saying you're a guiding light. You've come with many, many different tasks, so you're a guiding light for those in this realm. But all of this expertise and experience that you came to take, that is affecting many timelines as far as that knowledge as that galactic commander, as a black hole specialist. You've opened up many portals, they said. You've opened up many portals within this Tamara timeline experience. You've opened up many portals. It's all to do with the light. And they're saying you're realizing it's irrelevant, the surface. You're operating at a deeper level, even though as a physical, you like the surface. There's nothing wrong with surface stuff. Looking at things at the surface, enjoying. They do want you to enjoy at the surface. And not to take things quite so seriously, because you do take things seriously, like deep understanding, because there's so much love. There's so much anchoring in that heart space. So sometimes not taking the human experience so seriously, because you really did come to play as well, even though you have came with this super duper, like, big mission. And it's opened up portals amongst many, many, many universes. Very beautiful. Coming out on the other side. I do. You do what? You take things seriously or play or? Yeah, coming out to the other side. That, to me, this demonstrates it perfectly, because it looks like a wormhole. It looks like you just emerged and you're in full bloom and you're dancing and you're free. You're free and you're sovereign. Nothing has power over you. When you've come out of this, nothing has power over you. You've had the full physical experience of self-realization. I don't know if you have said too, Tamara, that I'm not coming back. I'm not doing this again as a physical, or maybe I don't know. It's almost like I feel some sort of thing like, boy, this wasn't easy. I'm not doing it again, but I'm glad I did. Almost like you're coming out more sovereign, more free. You don't want to, I think, experience those limiting sense of not knowing yourself timelines again. It's almost like you're done that cycle. I'm feeling you're coming out and you're free. And you're celebrating in it all. You've got this trail of roses. Even roses represent, the thorns. To pick a rose, you're going to prick your finger. You're going to shed some blood, but the scent and the smell and the beauty was so worth it. So when you're done, not to be morbid, when you're done this life, it's not even that you have to end this life, but the experience of it, they're saying, it's going to be so worth it. So worth it. And now they're showing me a vision of all, like, the people on that, I don't know how to say it other than a planet, but this dimension where you are a commander, it's like all of them are applauding you. And now they're showing all of your angels and guides taking these rose petals and roses, and they're just throwing them at you. So they're really, you've undergone a huge transformation, self-realization. Obviously, there's still lots to do, more to come, but it's going to be in this sense of freedom and knowing and anchored in your truth of who you are, not not allowing that to be taken away from you through the outside experiences, people, places, or things. You are the center. All right. Oh, there goes the train. All right, guys. Thank you so much. What an awesomely, beautifully, powerful live. Yeah, seriously changing that. Chris is still with us. Someone else tired of this rock. I know when that was coming through for Tamara, Chris, I was thinking of you as well. Yeah, so I was thinking of you and myself. I said that all the time. I ain't coming back. I ain't doing this again. So it's almost like we came as a sacrifice, but it's not really a sacrifice because you came for that expansion in that self-realization in that physical part. So you came as a sacrifice. You didn't need to do it, but you came because you know what? That's just what you're made of. That's what you're made of. You just wanted to. It's almost like somebody who does what are those Spartan races and stuff like that, and it's really hard, but you're excited and you did it just for, you did it. It just gave you more depth. It gave you more experience. It gave you more opportunity to experience more of you. And like for them, the Spartan race, their muscles, their power, and all of it, just to feel yourself to the fullest. It gave you that. Yeah. All right. You're done with that. You're done with that limiting. You're done with that. You really, really took it to the limit this time, Tamara. All right, guys. Thank you so much. May you all shine with the entirety of all, not just a tiny little drop, but the entirety of all the love and light that you are.